platform party. Do it again, then we'll stop. We're nice kids.
It's a lot shorter.
Yes, a lot shorter. Now? No. No.
Welcome to the 181st commencement of Ball State University. I am Marilyn Buck, Interim Provost and Interim Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please remain standing as Mr. Rory Wallace, a Doctor of Arts student in the School of Music, sings the national anthem.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Members of the faculty, graduates, parents, and friends, this is a most happy day, and we are glad to have all of you here to share in this important occasion. It is a very special time for you who are graduating and for your families and friends, and we offer our warmest congratulations. I am pleased to introduce the platform party, the Board of Trustees, the administration, and those participating in today's ceremony. Please hold your applause until all introductions are completed. I ask the platform party to stand as I call your name. Dr. Kaya Bales, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Services and Dean of Students. Mr. Matt Mopper, Assistant Secretary of the Board of Trustees. Ms. Kelly Lawrence, Vice Chair of the Alumni Council. Dr. Melinda Messinio, Interim Associate Provost for Diversity and Interim Director of the Office of Institutional Diversity. Ms. Jennifer Blackmer, Associate Provost for Entrepreneurial Learning. Ms. Jean Ann Harcourt, Trustee. Dr. Susan McDowell, Interim Associate Vice President for Research. Ms. Marley Jaycox, Trustee. Mr. Matthew Shaw, Dean of University Libraries. Dr. Cortland Koch, Chairperson of University Senate and Professor, Department of Special Education. Ms. Sally Falling, Vice President and General Counsel. Ms. Suzanne Rice, Assistant Dean for Public Services, University Libraries, who is carrying the Presidential Mace. Mr. Rory Wallace, our vocalist. Ms. Martha De Laurentiis, Honorary Degree recipient and today's commencement speaker. Mr. Jeffrey Mearns, President. Ms. Renee Conley, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Tom Bracken, Secretary of the Board of Trustees. Dr. John Emmerich, Dean of Honors College, and Dr. Adam Beach, Interim Dean of the Graduate School. At this time, I would also like to introduce the college deans and their associate deans who are seated with the graduates from their colleges. Please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Dean Philip Repp, College of Architecture and Planning, and Associate Dean David Ferguson. The Bryan Dean Jennifer Bott, Miller College of Business, and Associate Dean Shashil Sharma. Dean Roger Lavery, College of Communication, Information, and Media, and Associate Dean Lori Byers. Dean Robert Kavam, College of Fine Arts, and Associate Dean Michael O'Hara. Dean Mitchell Whaley, College of Health, and Associate Deans Jayanthaya Kandaya, Anthony Mahan, and Denise Siebert. Dean Maureen McCarthy, College of Sciences and Humanities, and Associate Deans Claire Chateau, Susan Johnson, and Kevin Smith. Interim Dean Roy Weaver, Teachers College. Associate Dean Anita Welsh, and Interim Associate Dean Cheryl Stump. Dr. Stephanie Simon Dack, Interim Associate Dean for the Graduate School. Today, our interpreters are Lisa Melby and Anna Rubel. Please join me in recognizing these individuals. Now I'm pleased to welcome President Mearns to the podium.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to serve as the president of Ball State University, and it is now my honor to participate in conferring an honorary degree. And I ask that Trustee Conley and Trustee Bracken please join me here at the podium to assist, and Martha De Laurentiis, would you also please join us at the podium? The university confers honorary degrees on individuals who have demonstrated remarkable achievements, and we are proud to bestow an honorary degree today on one of our own, Martha De Laurentiis. Martha graduated from Ball State University in 1974, and soon thereafter, she began her career in the entertainment industry. In 1980, she formed the Dino De Laurentiis Company with her husband, Dino De Laurentiis. And over the past 3 decades, she has produced, executive produced, and co-produced more than 40 films and television miniseries, including Hannibal, U-57-1, and Red Dragon. She also managed the construction and oversight of the company's 3 international film studios in Wilmington, North Carolina, in Australia, and in Monaco. In addition to her extraordinary career as a professional, Martha has dedicated herself to humanitarian causes that improve the lives and the status of women and children all around our world. She has served as a board member for the international relief organization Save the Children. And in 2002, she co-founded the Women's Leadership Council, which is an organization dedicated to the professional and personal growth of women in leadership positions. Since graduating from our university, Martha has continued to support Ball State, both financially and personally. She's returned to our beautiful campus numerous times to present guest lectures and to teach special master's classes on the business of film and television production. And for the past 10 years, she has opened her beautiful home in California to host our students from our Department of Theater and Dance while they participate in our annual Los Angeles showcase. Martha, in honoring you today, our university, your university, recognizes your success as an alumna, a major figure in the film industry, and a caring and effective humanitarian. And so it is with great pride, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you, Martha De Laurentiis, the degree of Doctor of Humanities with the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, and I award you this diploma in testimony thereof and present you the academic hood for this degree. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Martha De Laurentiis.
This is such a big emotion for me. You have no idea. And thank you. I'm thrilled. So open my Red Dragon book that Thomas Harris gave me when we made Hannibal. So fitting. My esteemed, deserving, and most laudable graduates, I stand before you as a newly minted honorary doctor of our great Ball State University, but more importantly, as the mother of 2 recent college graduates, my daughters. Thank you for coming. And with that in mind, I ask your indulgence in joining me to congratulate the unsung stars of today's show, your parents. Thank you. Because hands down, your folks deserve all your deepest appreciation for helping you realize your dreams, just as mine have always helped me realize mine. Way to go, parents. You made today happen. President Mearns, thank you last night and today for that lovely introduction, for your hospitality this weekend, and for your bold new vision for Ball State University, along with the Muncie community. I love that he understands the commitment that Muncie has always had with the university. And so Dean Kavam also, thank you for always keeping me connected to the university over these years. And finally, I'd like to recognize my lifelong friend, Sue Galloway. We first met here at Painter Hall, which is no longer, but it's part of Studebaker, freshman year, way back in 1972 at band camp. And so, Sue, without you here, I really would not be home. My husband, producing partner, and mentor, Dino De Laurentiis, was a true legend. Out of the wreckage of World War II in Italy, way back when, he helped to create the famous Italian neorealism, along with the modern international film business. He made more than 600 films, and many of them still today classics. Because of this and his longevity, in life he was frequently asked what the secret was to a great producer, and he loved his answer. He would always smile and think, I'm going to get them on this one. And he credited in what he termed the 3 C's: cervello, brain; cuore, heart; coglione, as in Ball State University. Well, we can think of it as courage. And those things have always mattered in film because it's our business of constant change. And there are no formulas, and there are absolutely no guarantees of success. What worked today probably will not work tomorrow. And as a producer, you always have to reinvent yourself. Today, that's true of a lot in our world. The speed of change seems to perpetually accelerate, and none of the old rules are holding. Finding your compass is necessary for most people today. As a woman from Piqua, Ohio, just down the road, my journey to the 3 C's was quite different than Dino's, and perhaps it's more relevant to your lives today. So cervello, there'll be a quiz later, cervello, brain. In my teenage years, I didn't really give much thought that there was a film business. That was not my dream. I wanted to move to New York City and become a model. As you might imagine, my parents were not especially enthusiastic about that plan, so we came to an arrangement. I enrolled at Ball State to study business. I loved it here. I loved the undergraduate life, and I loved my courses, especially my math classes. So as soon as I graduated, I took my diploma, and I moved to New York and became a model. Happily, I obtained a modeling agent and was on my way, and for a while it was quite exciting. It was the dream I had always thought it would be. But I was working 5 jobs in order to support a very expensive New York City. Besides modeling, I was a temporary assistant, I was a bookkeeper, I was a waitress, I was a Playboy bunny, and also a bartender. And don't tell my parents, but the bartending gigs were after-hours mafia clubs. Somehow, I always came out protected. But reality slowly did set in. In modeling, I felt like I was a dime a dozen of young, ambitious women. And I could just see that I wasn't going to be America's Next Top Model. Then one day, got a tip from a waitress friend who was working for an extra casting agency, and the payroll for the cast was being held up because the assistant production accountant on an NBC miniseries called The Dane Curse had left the production. So she had remembered I had taken bookkeeping classes at Ball State. Well, this was not why I came to New York and struggled, but it was 12 weeks of full-time work, and I could actually need some of that. So I went to the interview, and I got the job. And a few days into it, it hit me. This was the practical fallback plan that my parents had prepared me for, and that Ball State prepared me for. Somehow on that show, I learned the advice that I overheard that you might find useful in your careers, that it's not so much the title that you have, but it's the work that you do, and the great work that you do for people you respect. And this was the 70s in New York. And film and production, TV production was just booming because Hollywood had all been in the stages. But the New York streets were open, and it was gritty and exciting. So I stayed working on a bunch of fun films. One of the first ones was a horror movie called Worthen, and another was an action movie, which has actually become a cult classic, The Warriors, a corruption thriller called Prince of the City, and a TV series called Fame. So in 1980, I was a newly minted production accountant when I signed on to do a film called Ragtime, based on the Pulitzer Prize novel of E.L. Doctorow. And this is where I met Dino. And this is where I discovered that even accounting, if you really used your head, was not only about keeping records, but a tool to solve complicated problems. Cervello. Now, Dino co-owned the movies that he produced back then, and the buck literally stopped with him. If we went over budget, it was going to come out of his pocket. So first thing every morning, I found myself in his office going over the daily production cost report and also the invoices from the previous day, because nothing went by him. But growing up, I always loved a TV mystery show called Perry Mason. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it was a great show that I identified with the character Della Street. She was Perry's Gal Friday, and Della often saved the day because she had done some research or had some intellectual insight that at the last minute she brought to Perry, and they solved the case. So working as a production accountant for Dino made me feel like Della Street. And yes, I was a bit the Gal Friday, too. It became a puzzle to me to know everything that was going on with the project and to come in with that piece of information that helped him save the day. It was also the greatest education as a producer, because that was where I learned to stay on top of where the money was going, because the buck always begins and stops in the accounting department, but also to pinpoint where problems were happening, to guess where new problems might likely crop up, and of course, to also appreciate where the money was being well spent creatively. As a culture today, we put a lot of values in flashes of genius. We call them instant geniuses. The high concept, the disruptive technology, the unicorn tech stock. But in my experience, most flashes of genius come from people who have done an enormous amount of intellectual labor up to that point. Take the screenwriter who hits on a brilliantly, elegantly simple story solution because she has fully researched the world and she knows her characters inside and out. Or the entrepreneur comes up with a new way of doing something because they've mastered the old way and given a lot of thought to where effort is wasted. Or a great producer saves money because they've already gamed out everything that could go wrong. And Murphy's Law, things will go wrong. In other words, do the work. So people started to rely on my work, and I came on staff at Dino's company, and I also started falling in love, which comes to cuore, my heart. When we're looking at new film and television productions, the biggest question is always, am I passionate enough about this idea to do all the work that it's going to take to get this made? As a producer, no one pays you until you're actually shooting a film or actually rolling the cameras on a TV series. So you have to use your head and not take on a slate of long shots. But almost every success requires more nurturing than anyone could possibly imagine. While do what you love isn't always the best career advice, you have to love what you take on. And that's always been a big challenge for me, to love every project, because some will fail. And that brings us to the F word, failure. And how do you deal with it? And your heart is broken. In 1984, Dino and I were working on his biggest ambition film to date, an adaptation of one of the greatest and most beloved science fiction classics. And we had one of cinema's new instant geniuses. Yes, this was David Lynch's Dune. We had worked with Dino to get the first cut down from a length of 5 hours to 3. And then under the thumbs of Universal Studios, contractually, we had to deliver it to 2 hours. So anticipation was high. The publicity machine was in full force. And it seemed like the stars of the film were on the front cover of every major magazine. Dino had developed the movie for more than 8 years, and it was meant to be huge. So opening weekend dawned, and the reviews were not great. Of course, just because the critics don't like something doesn't mean that the fans won't. Dino and I made the rounds of the theaters that weekend in Los Angeles, and we did find a disturbing amount of empty seats. But we were positive to know on Sunday morning we would hear the news from the studio that actually the box office weekend grosses would be quite good. Well, the result on Sunday morning was crushing, and we had a spectacular box office flop. I tried to be the voice of optimism to him, but he looked at me sadly and slowly. And he said, "Martha, swallow the pillow." So I heard his Italian accent, which was legendary in Hollywood, saying, "Swallow the pillow." What would that do to help anything? Sounded actually disgusting. But what he was actually saying was the Italian word incorrectly in English, la pillola, swallow the pill. And a bitter pill it was. So that Sunday was very gloomy. And it was hard for me to imagine getting back into the daily grind in the wake of failure. But first thing Monday morning, we pulled up our boots, went straight back to work, and plowed full steam ahead into all of our other projects, concentrating on the problems that we needed to solve. And you know what? Actually, the disappointment lifted. I threw myself into work and took satisfaction in solving problems, and soon we had chased away most of the weekend's pall. I've always considered myself a very positive, optimistic, upbeat personality, but that idea, the importance of facing the truth right away, parceling out a short time to grieve, swallow the pill, digest the disappointment, and getting back to business was kind of an epiphany for me. He could do it, and he did it within a day. And that's how he taught me to deal with this in the intervening years, that strategy helping me through more than a few setbacks that we've had. So that takes us to the third one. Ball State University's cojones, courage. When I was coming up in this business, yes, the powerful people were men. Of course, there were women working, but most senior studio executives, producers, agents, directors, bankable stars were men. And by the 1980s, I had started meeting some trailblazing women who actually produced movies themselves. With the hands-on education and production experience I had had, I started to think that maybe I could become a producer. I mentioned this in passing to Dino. Now you mind, he was a very old Italian man. So as much as he loved and valued me, he pretty much laughed at that idea, and literally he laughed at me. I was heartbroken. Actually, a few months later, I found a script that I thought, yes, let me share it with a friend. Her father's in banking. We could do this. She agreed, and we were ready to set off. So I mentioned it to Dino, told him about the script, and I was thinking of leaving his company. Now confronted with the possibility that I might actually have to find somebody else to be his right-hand man, he had the brilliant idea that I should be producing for him. So to be honest, he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. It was Stephen King's Firestarter back in 1983, starring a young Drew Barrymore, and it was for Universal. So once on the set, though, I realized starting with a movie of that profile was a bit like learning to swim in the deep end. To be fair, Dino was a great mentor, but those first days were terrifying. And what I realized, the biggest job I needed to do was earn everyone's respect. Eventually that happened, and thankfully the movie was a success. So encouraged, I found myself hooked by the challenges and satisfaction of movie making. For me, things changed drastically 7 years ago when Dino passed. I've been used to making a lot of tough decisions, but it suddenly felt very different. I knew that no one was going to disagree with me now. No one was going to say, "Ma Martha, what you doing? No losing your time." But most daunting of all, my business would rise or fall entirely due to my own efforts. Dino had never been interested in television, so when I first developed Hannibal for NBC and all the other shows we were currently working on, it was a major leap of faith, but perhaps the most fun that I've ever had. I don't know if I have any fanables in the audience. Some. But thankfully, that has proven to be an incredibly fun adventure. And even after all these years, I'm still learning. It's a big learning experience. And graduates, there are going to be innumerable times in your career that require boldness, whether that's a courageous new idea or simply standing up for yourselves. No one can predict the future, but my experience has been that when you're working on smart bets, ones that you're passionate about, and ones for which you're willing to put it all on the line and be bold, you're most likely to succeed. I'm excited to see what you all do in your future. So here's to the 3 C's in the final test. What are they? Cervello, cuore, coglione. And may they prove as helpful a guide to you as they have been for Dino and me. So best of luck, graduates, and may much success and satisfaction come to you. And finally, congratulazioni. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha, and I believe, Madam Provost, we are now ready to proceed with awarding of degrees.
We will proceed with the hooding of the doctoral and specialist in education candidates. Will the candidates for all doctoral degrees and education specialist degrees please rise? President Mearns, as Interim Provost and Interim Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, I present to you those candidates who have completed all the requirements for the following advanced degrees: Doctor of Arts, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, and Specialist in Education.
Ladies and gentlemen, upon the recommendation of our faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective degrees with all rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall be the testimony recognizing the very high level of intellectual accomplishment that you have obtained. Congratulations.
You may be seated. The candidates for the degrees will now proceed to the platform to cross as their names are called by Dr. Stephanie Simon Dack, Interim Associate Dean for the Graduate School, and be invested with symbols of their degrees. Dr. Deborah Mix, Professor of English, will lead the candidates to the platform.
Audra Lee Cook. Assisting with the hooding today is Maria Hernandez Finch, Associate Professor of Educational Psychology. Annie C. Liner. Assisting with the hooding today is Catherine Fletcher, Professor of Educational Psychology. Lauren Ashley Pucci. Assisting with the hooding today is Stefania Aigesdottir, Professor of Psychology and Counseling and Director of Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Sean Kristen Jones. Assisting with the hooding today is Teresa Kruchek, Interim Chair of the Department of Educational Studies, and Donald Nicholas, Professor of Psychology and Counseling. Nicole Chodgowski. Assisting with the hooding today is Randall Bernat, Associate Professor of Biology. Danny Wade Royer. Assisting with the hooding today is Amanda Latz, Associate Professor of Adult, Higher, and Community Education. Alicia R. Hawkins. Assisting with the hooding today is Michelle Glowacki-Dudka, Associate Professor of Adult, Higher, and Community Education. Rob Matthews. Assisting with the hooding today is Roger Wessel, Professor of Higher Education. Karen M. Hanson Morgan. Assisting with the hooding today is Roger Wessel, Professor of Higher Education. Timothy E. Hansen. Assisting with the hooding today is Lori Boyland, Chairperson of the Department of Educational Leadership. Amber Renee Taggart. Assisting with the hooding today is Lori Boyland, Chairperson of the Department of Educational Leadership. Catherine Lee Jessup. Assisting with the hooding today is Serena Solom, Assistant Professor of Educational Leadership. Anna Colette Epperly. Assisting with the hooding today is Nina Isel, Professor of Special Education. Richard T. Whitman. Assisting with the hooding today is John Pitchtel, Professor of Natural Resources and Environment Management.
We will now present the candidates for master's degrees. Will the master's degree candidates please stand? President Mearns, I am pleased to present to you those candidates who have completed all of the requirements for the respective master's degrees.
Upon the recommendation of our faculty that you have completed all the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective master's degrees with all rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall be the testimony recognizing your completion of the first level of graduate study. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
You may be seated. Dr. David Pearson, Associate Professor of the School of Kinesiology, will lead the candidates for master's degrees to the platform to cross as their names are called by Dr. Simon Dack.
Lacey Sakara Gray Beck. Tori Cresswell. Nola McCoy. Christina Schaefer. Nancy Mancia. Ryan Fournay. Sonia Jane Pruitt. Lisa Anderson. Victoria Vent. Annie Hammock. Jessica Hinshaw. Amanda Moore. Laura Nichols. Agnes Milknut. Wesley Padita. Jasmine Ledesma. Lance Irwin. Nick Dobb. Eric Barlow. Chieza Mawema. Megan Medendorp. Tyler Rabb. Kylie Whites. Amanda Shaw. Jennifer Gregory. Kanisha Malone. Lindsay Miller. Andrew Barnes. Samantha Harris. Jenna Ferris. James Adair. Caitlin Macklin. Gina Jakubowicz. Kia Dews. Jennifer Galehouse. Nicole Driver. Carolyn Dixon. Shanyu Ju. Yujoho Zhang. Benjamin Berman. Rayla K. Kinman. Brenda Geeb Swanson. Hi. Daphne Wheeler. Denise Kieta. Megan Repassi. Matthew Wright. Shelby Toll. Frances Robinson. Jasmine Smith. Jennifer Hayworth. Angela McGee. Jason Rose. Hayden Shaw. Whitney Stout. Catherine Campbell Feeney. Barbara Phelps. Kristen Richmond. Linda Gonzalez. Aaron Jones. Katie Panazzo. Olivia Coomer. Taylor Schumann. Jessica Ruschek. Claire Roy. Clary Sexton, Megan Busberg, Shelby Martin, Anastasia Palumbo, Brian Whitbeck, Brett J. Zagorek, Jordan Dicken, Julie Connolly, Talisa Smith, Sarah Chambers, Sarah McDonald, Stacy Preston, Brandy Klingerman, Brittany Bueno, Madeline Powers, Allison Gordon, Bridget Thorne, Amber Cruz, Kayla Doran, Shelby Augustinovich, Ashley Crook, Ryan Brooks, Lauren Browards, Heather McNee Fisher, Josh Tomick, Mary Elizabeth Hartley, Elizabeth Smith, Mariah Avery, Shannon Salisbury, Edwina Jones, Leslie Jones, Kaylee Chunko, Courtney Franklin, Jonathan Trudeau, Garrett Klayinger, Adam Aries, Joseph DeGraff, Shane Kreider, Coralinda Wilson, Jessica Hart, Chelsea Datavio, Karen Struble, Elizabeth Roxanne Kelso, Joseph Baird, Jesse Green, Angela Lazaro, Amanda Parsons, Colette Sharp, Elizabeth Ann Cheney, Rebecca Parker, Jamie McCarty, Amy Sperling, Stacy Stauffer, Kelsey Case, Allison Weinbissinger, Mary Reinhardt, Caleb Ryan Saylor, Logan Hood, Rhonda Day, Carissa Zippel. Mohammed Gollum. Cara Leitman. Kelsey Green. Holly Webker. Charlene Yvonne Jackson. Brittany Anderson. Edward Buford. Gulzar Jalal. Andrew Nolan. Sarah Hall-Bauer. Caitlin Hastings. Patrick Wyatt. Sarah Kenny. Caitlin Fowler. Aisha Muhammad. Paula Ukani. Sylvia Captain. Abdullah Al-Ghamdi. Hilal Hawati. Janelle Vest. Rebecca Hurst. Cassandra Memmering. Anne Catherine Moore. Brittany Himbre. Brittany Nicole Duval. Joshua Joseph Follenkamp. Shalonda Morgan. Lauren Elizabeth Gilbert. Eldrene Ritterhimen. Fatima Al-Sheri. Mariam Al-Nazi. Tufaha Al-Shamari. Manar Hezem Al-Nazi. Brianne Holloway.
Dr. John Emmerich, Dean of the Honors College, will announce the honors recognitions.
The Honors College provides distinctive educational opportunities for undergraduates of high academic achievement. In addition to their major and minor concentrations, students in the Honors College must complete the Honors Core curriculum, consisting of 6 core courses in the liberal arts and sciences, and 2 additional honors colloquia that focus on critical analyses of issues in areas of faculty expertise. Each student must also complete a senior capstone thesis or creative project and maintain a cumulative grade point average of 3.33 or higher in all of the coursework. Those baccalaureate candidates who are graduating from the University Honors College are wearing the red and white honors cords. Will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. We recognize associate degree students who have achieved a grade point average of 3.6 or higher with the distinction associate degree with academic distinction. Will the students graduating with this recognition please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Baccalaureate degree recipients with outstanding scholastic records graduate with academic honors. These students are wearing bronze, silver, or gold medallions on red ribbons. Students who have achieved scholastic averages between 3.60 and 3.79 are wearing the bronze medallion and graduating cum laude. Would you please rise and be recognized? You may be seated. Those graduates who have earned scholastic averages between 3.80 and 3.89 are wearing the silver medallion and graduating magna cum laude. Will you please rise and be recognized? The highest scholastic honors given by the university go to those students whose scholastic averages are 3.90 or higher. These graduates are wearing the gold medallions and are graduating summa cum laude. Will you please rise and be recognized? You may be seated. Congratulations to each one of you who are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude for your superior academic achievements.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate degrees or associate degrees please rise as they call the name of your college? College of Architecture and Planning, Miller College of Business, College of Communication, Information, and Media, College of Fine Arts, College of Health, College of Sciences and Humanities, Teachers College, all baccalaureate candidates, please be standing. President Mearns, I am pleased to present to you those candidates who have completed all of the requirements for the respective baccalaureate or associate degrees.
And it is now my honor, based upon the recommendation of the faculty, that you have completed all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective bachelor's and associate degrees with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall be the testimony of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, and you may now switch your mortarboard tassels from the right to the left.
Please be seated until your college is called for the presentation of diplomas. Will Associate Dean of the College of Communication, Information, and Media, Lori Byers, and Associate Dean of the College of Fine Arts, Michael O'Hara, please come forward for the reading of the names. All candidates in the College of Architecture and Planning receiving their degrees will now proceed to the platform to cross as their names are called. All other candidates may remain seated until all names have been called. Will Dean Phil Repp and Associate Dean Dave Ferguson please come forward?
Ikechukwu Robert Eze. Jordan Wyatt. Austin Roberts. Matthew Gray. Shane Lee John. Shravani Michelini. Colin Mercer. Katie Mercer. Hannah Marie Kelly. Nicole Klein. Cassidy Davis. Tyler Baumer. Representing the Miller College of Business are the Brian Dean Jennifer Bott and Associate Dean Shashil Sharma.
Alexandra Ashbrook. Hannah Christine Rice. Emily Ransdell. Amanda Maple. Mercedes Martin. Kaylin Ritter. Elizabeth Baxter. Catherine Trumbull. Caitlin Matchett. Michelle Mihozwich. Courtney Ann Clements. Regan Gray. Marissa Orr. Michaela Mihik. Emma Toner. Michael Dinks. Michael Weitzel Sherman. Stephen Lee. KT Costello. Erica Graves. Katie Thompson. Nielsen Seitz. Casey Morgan. Samantha Ann Schnoor. David Owen. Taylor Newsom. Spencer Walter. Bryson Mosier. Brian Friend. Cameron Kennedy. Michael Grosso. In Lin. Sai Yu Huang. Abdullah Apakasan. Mike Luo. Thanks. Ping Lin. Christopher Weimer. Jacob Wyatt. Ryan Hirschman. Andy Flores. Jonathan Saturnus. Terrence Parks. Charlton Panning. Austin Danzer. Casey Motzinger. Tiffany Sherwood. Michael Kinsey. Jacob Foster. Mansoor Al-Yamani. Seth Northern. Samuel Ober. Bernie McCoy Jr. Nicholas McReynolds. Luke Attar. Josh Thompson. Justin Parker. Connor Hauser. Tiffany Wilson. Sandra Mang. Yifan Sun. Lin Yi Gao. Xian Yen Dong. Anthony Winbush. Ryan Brinkworth. Trevor Gates. Paul O'Boyle. Peter Sparts. Matthew Lewis. Ciara Daniels. Austin James Brooks. Chase Allen. Jakey Collish. Anthony Dyer. Caitlin Creech. Allison Walpe. Rachel McKinley. Malcolm Russell. Nicholas Hay. Aliyah Danae Akbar. Benjamin Summers. Andrew Costello. David Morrison. John Malis. Vincenzo Polizzetti. David Moore. Jerry DeLeon. Michael Gollifer. Jordan Starks. Taylor Jolliffe. Benjamin Arends. Brianne Avila. Rosalinda Calderon. Devante Hughes. Mark Townsend, Jr. Christina Smith. Julius Fenderson. Tiffany Roxanne Burns. Austin Rose. Luba McCutcheon. Ramy Cornett. Michael Kamirsmat. Close. Pete Wheeler. Sam Waters. Justin J.J. Millenau. Jared Wynn. Stephen Rose. Brian Rose. Skylar Skelton. Ashley Bell. Mary Dyrek. James Methven. Cara Stewart. Benjamin Failer. Brandon Reiber. Shanzi Chow. Shay Young Chung. Representing the College of Communications, Information, and Media is Dean Roger Lavery and Associate Professor Susie Smith.
Ross Bimbinick. Marianne Cox. Matthew Montemayor. Casey Malou. Derek Bear. Kira Courtney. Claire Leonard. Natalie Glidewell. Matthew Hood. Rose Flood. Asa McCormick. Tara Davis. Carly Harshbarger. Megan Muzzy. Kelsey Fox. Elena J. Halsey. Ryan Flannery. Jenna Liston. Malik King. Liz Shepard. Tiara Sims. Jory Smith. Melissa Lee McDaniel. Patrick Nolick. Tyler Woods. Anthony Browning. Andrew Haas. Alexander Riley. Griffin Buckley. Mariah Oliver. Michael Kirby. Lucille Elbaridi. Mallory Wheel. Gabrielle Isom. Nicholas Ciano. Brianna Barmis. Josh Rogan. Lauren Evers. Mason Jones. Jacob Hawk. Samantha Brammer. Denver McQuaid. Joshua Kessner. Michael Fox. Advaith Srikanth. Nicholas Panazzo. Alyssa Kowanowski. Shannon Greeley. Tiffany Flowers. Danielle Williams. Caitlin Emery. Natalie Newlin. Nicholas Boxa. Gabriel Antonio Rudolph. Francisco Tovar. August Farwig. Lindsay Smitley. Stephen Weber. Claire Willette. Alexis Madrid. Billy Berry. Zachary Torrey. Colton Latorno. Aaron Davis. Emma Schaefer. Alex Broniker. Teresa E. Barhorst. Elisa Norris. Zach Plesac. Corey Book. Chow Wawag. Celio. Representing the College of Fine Arts are Dean Robert Kavam and Chairperson Bill Jenkins.
Holden Berlin. Kelsey Byram. Jennifer Rodriguez. Chandler Boyd. Gregory Vaughn Emmanuel II. Lauren Feeker. Jillian Ladow. Logan Bertrand. Ashley Willie. Zachary Cozart. Stuart Elmore. Kenneth Lindsay. Lindsay Green. Wally Even Lewis. Mila Lampkins. Katie Minor. Griffith Williams. Thomas Williamson. Meredith Bratton. Abigail Tomlin. Taylor Joe Flodder-Poor. Brandon Tunnell. Audrey Wilson. Representing the College of Health is Dean Mitchell Whaley and Associate Dean Jay Kandaya.
Madeline Edwards. Hayden Alexander. Stephanie Hale. Logan Bruner. Caleb Hathaway. Alexis Stein. Lauren Dame. Kelsey Snyder. Samuel Levi Waugh. Dylan Williams. Alexandra Olson. Courtney Leash. Sydney Catt. Renee Gregorchek. Amy Hampel. Victoria Sewell. Alicia Rajdev. Macy Roberts. Haley Burford. Harmony Abshire. Nikki Cromer. Austin Omohundro. Joshua Blanton. Jordan Gastola. Devin Cox. Timothy Folk. Cassidy McKinney. Lydia Colburn. Olivia Mossberg. Emily Rieger. Brittany Lang. Madison Hidalgo. Sierra Anderson. Emily Boys. Samantha Phillips. Elizabeth Maxson. Bethany Cole. Hannah Heath. Elizabeth Ray. Devin Schultz. Miranda Ross. Haley Paul. Alexandra Greenwald. Emily Katanzarite. Rachel Skimmerhorn. Erica Sasher. Sabrina Hernandez. Julian Torres. Leonard Ventimilla. Forster Kenoy. Allison Posey. Lee Ann McNally. Sean Tyler II. Morgan Harrison. Desiree Holmes. Janelle Baker. Laura Lee Williams. Kate Goodwin. Caitlin Kilpatrick. Colin Maple. Devin Knott. Sean Warner. Cody Duke. Jejun Sa. Sarah Craig. Keegan Gura. Brianne Oberly. Hannah Humbird. Kirsten Delaney. Sophia Milto. Drew Connor. Michaela Johnson. Janelle Catherine Goodman. Rachel Burning. Representing the College of Sciences and Humanities are Dean Maureen McCarthy and Associate Dean Kevin Smith.
Cassandra Striegel. Kyle Mina. Donita Drake. Jessica Rader. Madison Duncan. Hannah Nunn. Justice Goodlow. Justin Lewis. Justin Ishmael Midhi. Brianna Selden. Summer Alanis. David McMillan. Gabriella Ceresco. Chase Bly. Dominique Little. Brian White. Kathleen Koonsman. Hannah Friend. Samantha Rodriguez. Andrew Briers. Roslyn Wallace. Alice Combs. Alice Ann Combs. There we go. Candace Kruzman. Bradley Irvin. Brody Irvin. Elise Sandberg. Emily Newman. Michaela Knoll. Hayden Dupree. Sydney Griswold. Devin Phillips. James Ricketts. Alex Sons. Michael A. Cook. Erica Fonts. Tara Moore. Karina Hancock. Benjamin Crawford. Caleb Pfeiffer. Harvey Pollard. Emily Shears. Is that close? Alice Galtney. Amanda Willis. Matthew Winiger. Catherine Rink. Lacey Humphrey. Jamie Godfrey. Taylor Livingston. Clint Jackson. Lauren King. Braylon Martin. David Benjamin Current. Alex Maloney. Zachary Serber. Connor Ortman. David Tyler. Kylie Tyler. Jeffrey Baker. Mac McSweeney. Olivia Hodges. Sarah Smith. Lindsay Harrell. Kyle Amonet. Rebecca Stroud. Hannah Bin. Catherine Carnahan. Hunter Garrison. Turner Doherty. Ireland Falconberry. Weijin Shi. Shannon O'Brien. Christopher Joy. Cameron Ogun Kahodi. Nathan Alexander Peterson. Douglas Smelser. Bailey Havens. Casey Richmond. Brianna McClintock. Luke Sweet. Austin Moore. Brianna Marchetti. Brett Coverstone. Gray Watson. Joseph Witkowski. Santana Stout. Haley Zachary. Jennifer Pham. Samantha Robinson. McKenna Ressler. Amanda Sandley. Alexa Coomer. Kiana Mott. Ashley Jackson. Danielle Smith. Christelle Lott. Taylor Rudy. Savannah Morris. Amanda Wadman. Sinley Matic. Estrella Gonzalez. Alexandra Taylor. Lauren Osich. Megan Duffy. Lauren Turner. Brianna Kelly. Aaron Moreno. Michaela Smart. Ashley Johnson. Emily Barsick. Tyler Moriarty. Karina Caruso. Eileen Perez. Tyler Reinholt. Amber Haynes. Brittany Sylvia. Lauren Ogle. Mackenzie Stevens. Sierra Matthews. Nathaniel Altide. Peyton Stonefield. Matthew Van Hoosen. Braden Fox. Amber Sheets. Caitlin Purdy. Molly Kathleen Coates. Kaylee Lynn Plotchell. Nicholas Myers. Ashley Hall. Erica Burnenbaum. Ambria Abernathy. Brianna Van Fleet. Laytiri Wilson. Wesley Scholl. Dana McKinney. Nessa Sharp. Jesse Brown. Haley Brinker. Connor Marvin Smith. Anna Schaefer. Laura Medina. Marissa Kelly. Elizabeth Carpenter. Hannah Carpenter. Allie Passion. Levi Todd. Frank Munoz. Eric Martinez. Caitlin Christie. Megan Marble. Andrew Weissman. Danielle Bilat. Shelley Ann Mathias. Francis Kuhlman. Lindsay Spannenberg. Austin Brown. William Allen. Josie Griffiths. Megan Williams. Caitlin Kopetsky. Jacob LeBrock. Nicholas Marzoff. Representing Teachers College, our Interim Dean Roy Weaver and Associate Dean Anita Welch.
Mitchell Lawrence Green. Rachel Given. Catherine Atolsky. Alexandra Coles. Brooke Nicole Lentz. Allison Marie Kelly. Sarah Goad. Hannah Hall. Tori Blanchard. Jessica Love. Sierra Hurt. Emily Stevens. Amy Martin. Christina Kale. Michelle Thurnberg. Megan McGrew. Megan McGrew. Megan Stockton. Meredith Graney. Kylie Byerly. Rachel Principe. Haley Morris. Sarah Augustine. Samantha Army. Rachel Wildman. Alyssa Stang. Kristen Denise Cofield. Taylor Newcomb. Marcella Seibert. Samantha Hovanek. Sydney Sangvisai. Abby Jensen. Chelsea Falls. Amanda Merck. Jordan Bildhauser. Jordan Kane. Haley Innes. Brittany Go. Mamie Efwa Pearl Ihoma Tando. Colin Delaney. Emily Rosepopo. Hannah Markley. Virginia Van Dyke. Hannah Oakes. Chloe Woodruff. Cheyenne Stant. Lauren Lampert. Emily Jeffries. Cassidy McHale. Darby Overton. Kendall Tomlinson. Brandy King. Brittany Mullenkamp. Samantha Reason. Jeffrey Greer. Cassie Gabrielle. Carolyn Voigt. Dominique Shipley. Alicia Tarver.
That's right. How about one more round of applause for our outstanding graduates? So as our commencement ceremony draws to a close, it is my honor to share just a few words of advice and encouragement with our graduates. And of course, we're here to celebrate you. But as you know, your academic success is not just the product of your individual effort. Rather, it is the result of the sustained and collective commitment of many people, some of whom are with us here today. At Ball State, we have hundreds of distinguished faculty who are dedicated to teaching and dedicated to scholarship, and they are dedicated to treating our students as partners in the quest for knowledge and greater understanding. Some of our faculty members are here this morning wearing academic regalia, and I'm grateful that so many of them have come out this morning, and I'm grateful to our faculty today and every day for their commitment to our students. And this tradition of wearing academic regalia symbolizes their commitment to sharing their knowledge with others while they continue the search for greater truth and wisdom. We also have thousands of talented, supportive staff members all across campus who are equally dedicated to your accomplishments. And while we don't make them dress in cap and gowns at commencement, we know every day and appreciate every day their commitment to the success of our students. We also have trustees who care deeply about your success. Their commitment to our mission is a source of strength for all of us. And then, as Martha mentioned earlier today, there's another special group of people who deserve our recognition, your family and your friends. These are the men and the women who have guided you. They've been there to support you with enthusiastic encouragement, with good advice, and with unconditional love. And so, graduates, please join me in a round of applause for your family and friends who are here this morning. And parents, I know how you feel, because as soon as this ceremony is over, my wife Jennifer and I will get in our car and drive to Northern Kentucky University, where our middle child, our daughter Claire, will graduate from that institution at 3 o'clock. So we know the pride that you feel this morning. So graduates, we know that you've pursued and obtained this education in order to get a good job and to provide for yourself and for your family. But no matter how you choose to earn a living, please continue to serve your neighbors. As I suspect you already know, such service is very rewarding. Throughout your experience at our university, I also hope that you have been challenged to exceed your expectations. Please, don't settle for being average. Commit yourself to excellence every day in everything that you do. But always remember that professional success and personal satisfaction require more than knowledge and talent. To lead a meaningful life, you must embody certain core values, such as the enduring values articulated in the Beneficence Pledge. Be sincere and speak the truth. Model integrity and value integrity in others, because character matters. And as we heard earlier this morning, so does heart. And within each one of you, there is some special motivation that brought you to our university, that brings you to this place at this time. To arrive at this destination, we know that you have overcome many obstacles, and there will be challenges and some disappointments in the days ahead. But never forget the dream that brings you here today. Pursue that dream with passion and with courage. And pursue it with great optimism. Pursue it with optimism. We believe in a better future, a world that is more peaceful and more just. We believe in that bright future because we believe in you. And finally, on a personal note, please never forget to show your appreciation and your affection for your family and your friends, and for all of the other people who have helped you to become the talented women and the talented men that you are. Honor the gifts that you have received from them. Honor those gifts and repay the debt that you owe to them by sharing your talents and your good fortune with others who need you. Good luck. Godspeed.
Now, please join Rory Wallace for the singing of our alma mater. The words can be found on page 2 of the program. Please rise and remain standing until the color guard and members of the platform party have passed. Thank you.
Dear alma mater, hear our vow Thy Spirit hovers near us now and through eternity. Thy colors true of red and white shall e'er exalted be. We'll honor thee both day and night. Dear alma mater, we love thee.
Love.